was not by chance that this struggle came to be. The blame falls squarely upon my shoulders for giving evil the chance it needed, and therefore fulfilling an ancient prophecy. Raiden's Earthrealm champions had failed to stop the Deadly Alliance from fully resurrecting the mummified army of the Dragon King. In the end, only Raiden himself stood between Earthrealm and total destruction. Defying the Elder God's wishes, he alone challenged Quan Chi and Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat, Earthrealm's last hope for freedom. Raiden fought well against the two sorcerers, and it seemed as though victory was at hand. But the combined might of Quan Chi and Shang Tsung proved to be overwhelming, even for a Thunder God. Raiden was defeated. The Deadly Alliance had won. Their victory was short-lived. As suspicion and lust for power overcame both Quan Chi and Shang Tsung, the former allies turned on each other. The Deadly Alliance was no more. Quan Chi defeated Shang Tsung and reveled in his conquest. But it is said that there is only one true ruler of Outworld. And that ruler had returned. Onaga, former Emperor of Outworld, the Dragon King. The prophecy had been fulfilled. The Dragon King had indeed returned to Outworld to reclaim his army and impose his dominance. Death awaited all who stood in his way. And so it was that a new alliance was formed out of desperation. Sworn enemies joined forces to combat a greater threat. Raiden began to realize that even their combined might was not enough to defeat the Dragon King. There was only one chance left. Raiden's sacrifice was in vain, for the blast had little effect on the Dragon King. Now Onaga has what he needs to shape the realms as he sees fit. I was the fool who brought him this power. Only I can destroy this threat, born of deception.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mortal Kombat Deception. I am very excited to play this game for the channel, to do a walkthrough for Conquest mode. That is what this new series is. It's a walkthrough specifically for Conquest mode. Now, I love this game. Let me just start off by saying that this was the game that got me into Mortal Kombat as a kid. This was the only one I played for years until X, and then I just got all the nostalgia that I got as a kid playing this when I played this a couple months ago, and I'm very excited to finally do content for this game in particular. This is the one I played constantly. I played Conquest mode a bunch. Conquest mode in this game is the reason that I fell in love with almost the lore and universe of Mortal Kombat. Not so much the fighting of it. The fighting aspect of it came later when I started playing more MKX, MK9, and MK11, but this game has a special place in my heart from when I was a kid, which is kind of strange to say considering how gruesome these games are, but I mean, that's the truth. And this is the next game that's in store for us in terms of Mortal Kombat content, with a K, for the channel. I totally forgot to make the Fatality video for Deadly Alliance, and I got that finished, so this is what we're working on next. In fact, I have a bunch of the Fatalities, Harakiris, Death Trap videos essentially all ready to upload, but I wanted to get done with Conquest mode first before I really got those up, so here we are. Now, I will start off by saying I think there is a problem with my disc, or just something wrong with my old Xbox system, which is what I'm playing this on and recording this from. I don't know what it is, but there should be oh, no, we don't want to. Nope, I wasn't done talking, interrupting me. I thought I went to the profile so you wouldn't do that. But like I was saying, yeah, there should be a slight humming. If you're watching with headphones, listening to audio via headphones, then you might hear it, but might hear it from time to time when there really isn't any other audio going on. Most of the time when music's playing and the normal game is playing, it kind of drowns out the humming noise. But if there's like a pause screen or a loading screen of some kind, you might hear it. And that's really if you do have headphones. I know I hear it. I've tried doing what I could to see if I could fix that problem. Maybe it was just the way that I was recording this. But, I mean, to be honest, I'm actually recording this through an HDMI, and I have to use a converter from the old, red, white, and yellow wires for these old systems and put it through an HDMI so I can get through the Elgato to record it. So that's probably the reason, truth be told, but I really have no other way to record this, and this is the next game we have in store, and I don't experience this problem with other games so far, so it might just be specific to this. Regardless, if you notice that, I'm sorry. Most of the time it's drowned out by the other audio, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. But just so you know, I want to make that very clear from the start. I also want to make it clear as well that when it comes to the Conquest mode of this game, I'm going to do my best to get 100% completion in terms of Conquest mode. Not unlocking all the collectibles outside of the Conquest mode. I mean finding all the chests, doing all the side quests, and try to do all the fight challenges along with the story. Now, the reason I'm going to try to do my best and not guarantee it is because I haven't played this game in a while, since a couple months, and even then I didn't remember everything because I didn't do everything as a kid. So there might be something I might miss, and more importantly, when it comes to the fight challenges, some of them are really hard. To the point where I can't confidently tell you I might be able to get it, but I will do everything in my power. If we're able to do everything, all the fight challenges, find all the chests, do all the side quests, then excellent. But I want to make it very clear that that might not be the case for this walkthrough, essentially. So if you're coming in here for 100% completion, just letting you know right now, there might be a couple fights and challenges I just might not be able to complete, and I will let you guys know which ones those are. And if it really takes it, I might take some extra time to release a video to be able to do it, to show it off. So I'm gonna approach this Conquest mode, this walkthrough, with the idea of completing everything, but there is the chance that I might just not be able to. I might just not be that good. So wanted to get that cleared up. Other than that, the one thing I can guarantee that is in my plan, no matter what, to finish this walkthrough is to, one, do the story, obviously, and 2, do all the side quests. And by side quests, I mean anything that isn't related to a specific fight challenge or maybe finding chests. There are some of the arcade characters that will stand around in this open world open world conquest mode. That's something special about this, that you can approach and they'll give you a specific challenge like defeat them in 30 seconds or defeat them while bleeding out. Some of those might be too hard for me to complete, but I will try to do every side quest aside from those. Now, to kind of go into the conquest mode a bit, one of the main reasons I love this game is because it has a whole open world exploring mode for conquest mode. It isn't just constant tutorials like Deadly Alliance. You can actually explore all the different realms of Mortal Kombat, which is what made me fall in love with the world and the lore and all that. So it's going to be pretty fun, which is also another reason why, if you've noticed, now I've been talking for about like 5 minutes or so, I'm actually doing commentary for this Mortal Kombat game. I haven't really done them for the others because most of them are cinematic. Most of them are just really text box reading. So I thought I would just do those as just no commentary playthroughs. But since this has a lot more exploration and kind of like choosing your own path, sort of, I wanted to do some commentary for it and kind of like relive my nostalgia via the walkthrough as well with you guys. Now, I haven't played this for a couple months. I did replay this to get some research and everything I need to know in order to kind of make content for this and to unlock all the characters, but we will be creating a profile specifically for the walkthrough because it will not let us restart Conquest mode without it. So, okay, cool. I am just going to name this, let's see, do I have enough? Do I have enough space? Please tell me I have enough space. No, I don't. No! Fine. We'll just call it YouTube, like I did for Deadly Alliance. Because that's what this is. No. Already messing up. Yeah, if you already have a profile, like, you actually have to make profiles. I think they did. This was back in the day when they made specific profiles if multiple people would play, or if you wanted multiple saves for any reasons. And they actually had a profile system, which is definitely nostalgic for sure. And you actually have to have a code. Now, I'm not remembering these codes. I don't really have to hide them from anybody because I'm the only one really playing this. But it's just kind of fun to think about that's how it was back in the day. Okay, and done. Yes. Oh man, what's our icon? You know what? We'll go with classic. We'll go with the cover art. I used to think these were the codes you had to put in the example. That's how, like, oblivious I was as a kid. I was just like, I just want to get to the fighting. Let's just get to the fighting. But no, I'm going to make it simple so I can remember it. I'm not going to tell you guys the code. Got to keep it a secret. But, if you guys can guess what my code is, I'd be very interested to see what you guys' guesses are. Remember your code. Tip, write it down, your code in the space provided your manual in case you forget. No thanks, man. Okay, so we got our profile. And we can basically start from scratch. We just got to enter it in. Boom, we got it. So, with that being said, now that the profile is loaded up, what's funny is even though you make a separate profile, I think it will have profile, like the unlocked characters from other profiles. Maybe? I don't know. Let's just check. Kind of curious about this. I know we're going off. Yeah, so I unlocked all these characters on the other profile, but I essentially can use them on this one, which is kind of broken, but hey, whatever, right? I think it applies more to like the bios, all the other unlockables and stuff. And this means we get to restart Conquest mode. So again, I'm very excited. This is going to be open world. There's probably going to be a lot of tutorial stuff and cutscenes at the beginning, so I'm probably going to go silent for a bit. So I just want to say how much I love this game. The amount of content in it's amazing, and Conquest mode is one of my favorite aspects, so I'm very excited to play this, and I hope you are too. So let's jump into Conquest mode and see just how the Dragon King has returned.
Shang Tsung, I will win the Mortal Kombat tournament and free Earthrealm from your tyranny.
Is that so? Then it seems I will need a stronger opponent to defeat the great Kung Lao. Goro, fight! We're late!
Always remember to block! Yes, very good. Now watch this technique. Oh, the master is always faster. Ah, Shujinko, you have arrived! Let us begin. You have a long way to go, but every step is a victory. How you maneuver in combat plays as much a part of your strategy as how you punch or kick.
Alright, so he's not going to say that line. Yeah, I'm already getting just feelings of my childhood just watching that cutscene of them playing, because like I don't know, the music in particular just makes it so mysterious and like already feel like such an adventure. So I guess the tutorials from Deadly Alliance really hasn't changed for certain. It's probably going to be kind of very similar in terms of that if you're watching along, so very familiar in that sense. But this is where I first got exposed to Mortal Kombat in terms of combat tutorials, and for a while as a kid I didn't understand a lot of some of the beginning things. So whenever eventually I figured it out, like the very dumb kid I was, the game just opened up to me. So let's see how far I've come in being able to understand tutorials. Ah shit, I forgot to read that. That was up there long enough, I'm sure you guys read it. Your first exercise will be to step toward me 3 times, then step away from me 3 times.
Hi.
Excellent.
Do not assume that offensiveness is always the correct path to victory. A hasty retreat can give you the space you need to plan your next attack.
Wise words. By quickly tapping twice away from your opponent, you can perform a backward dash. Put distance between us by performing 3 backward dashes away from me. Obviously, these first few tutorials aren't too complicated. It's the later ones that confuse the heck out of me. Know a fighting style like you would know yourself. Let no attribute escape you. Try to strike me once with 4 different basic attacks to understand your unique characteristics. Often you can perform different attacks with the same button by pressing in a direction at the same time. For example, pressing towards your opponent while attacking will execute a different attack. Now, Shujinko, strike me with each of your high punch attacks. Next, Shujinko, I will show you the attack variations. Some attacks can be executed by combining the directional pad and an attack button. These attacks will often strike your opponent in different locations. In the Mantis fighting style, the A button will initiate an attack to your opponent's chest. However, by holding back A, you will attack your opponent's knees. Strike me with each of your high and low attacks.
Oh, very nice.
A mixture of high and low attacks can overcome the defense of even the most determined foe. Strike me with 2 high attacks and 2 low attacks. Okay, so that was 2 high, 1 low, 2 low. Alright, so now we have the open world open to us, per se. This is one of the selling points for me in terms of Mortal Kombat, for sure, is getting to explore this world, and it starts us off in the Earthrealm village. Now, if you're playing this for the first time ever, right? The one thing I would tell you to make sure you do before ever leaving this section of Earthrealm village is that you cannot come back to the Earthrealm village. You can come back to Earthrealm later, but the Earthrealm village is specifically like only allowed during this point in the game. So you want to make sure to get as much done here as possible. Okay, I'm trying to decide what we should do first. Let's head over to this park.
You should find Apep. I heard he was waiting for you.
It's gonna make us talk to Apep first. Fine. Any person with a green marker around him like this is a main mission.
Hi, you must be Shujinko, the one Master Bo Rai Cho mentioned. I've seen you around before. You and your friends are always pretending to be famous warriors in that park over there. My name is Apep. Master Bo Rai Cho asked me to show you the other schools where he teaches martial arts. Follow me.
Alright, we'll stick with Apep for now. But we actually have a bunch of side quests to do here. And the first part of the game is really just doing a giant tutorial with Master Bo Rai Cho with all these different... What the heck? Who are you? Come back here. Where are you running from?
Here it is. This is another of Master Bo Rai Cho's classrooms. I think he's starting another lesson right now. You should go inside. I will wait for you out here.
Well, to be honest, before we start that lesson, I kind of want to explore around and see what there is to offer in this little section of Earthrealm. We're kind of limited to where do we go right now, but I kind of want to explore around and do that first and get used to the open world a little bit. And kind of do a little bit of some side quests, get some stuff. Let's talk to this kid over here.
Shujinko, can you help me? I ate some bad kimchi and I feel very ill.
Find medicine for the sick boy before 8 p.m.
Would you please get some medicine from my mother? She is the woman who is always hanging laundry near the fountain park.
Alright. Which is just right over here. Now, when it comes to the amount of, like, side quests and stuff to do in this game, it's definitely not as much as some more modern games, but there's always a chance that I might forget something. So if that's the case, I always double check to make sure I got everything done before moving on from area, so we can make sure that we get it done, but there's still always a chance I might miss something. But for now, I'll try to do what I can based off memory alone.
What? My son is sick? Here, take this to him.
Bottle of medicine. As you can probably tell at this point, many of the side quests are going to be kind of this simple. Talk to person, go to another person, get item, find item, give them something, punch them, stuff like that.
Thank you so much. I am in debt to you forever. I should not tell you this, but I have a great secret to share with you. Stand by the lamppost next to Bo Rai Cho's second dojo at 4 a.m. Wednesday morning. Keep an eye on the side of the house. When you see a great treasure appear there, take it. You will not be sorry.
What's very funny is if you don't get the medicine to this kid before 8 p.m., he'll fall over and, like, die. So yeah, funny how an open world game from this far back in a Mortal Kombat one has such impact on your choices and how you, like, mess around.
Well, hello there. You look like a nice young man. Please excuse me, but I have to go put my money in a safe place.
Well, that was that side quest. You can essentially rob this lady and take her key to her dojo. 1 second, guys. Alright, guys, sorry about that. I actually had to go let my dog out really quick. He was barking for me, and that means he usually needs to go outside. It's always when I start recording, he needs to go outside. Not the, 10 minutes beforehand I started checking and making sure he needs to go outside. No, it's right when I'm in the middle of it. Regardless, I love him, and I had to go let him out real quick. We shouldn't have any more interruptions. But I think this key should open this house? It might be this one. We'll know once we get inside. And it was this house. As you can see, robbing that lady was definitely lucrative. Such a horrible thing to say, but hey, who said the morality of Mortal Kombat made any sense?
Oh, I should have taken better care of my teeth. My tooth is causing me so much pain. The local dentist is nowhere to be found. What should I do?
Help this villager cure his toothache. The dentist is around. Ooh, I got an idea. Sir, I have an idea.
My tooth! You knocked my tooth out. The pain has gone away. Thank you, young man. You have done me a great service. Take this money as payment for your dental services.
This Conquest mode definitely has a sense of humor, and I love it.
Hello, how are you? We have a temple here in the village. When you have proven yourself to us, you will be allowed to enter.
How do I prove myself?
You must speak to the guards at the temple gate.
Okay, I will speak with them. Goodbye.
Be careful on your journey. Be careful.